Hi Stampers, it's Andrea from Prairie Sky Paper Crafts. Thank you for joining me for 5 Minute Friday. Let's get started on today's project.
Okay, so today's technique is a smackdown technique. It is not precise, it is absolutely fluid, and everything that you know about stamping a crisp, clean image is going to go out the window. This is the sample that I created yesterday when I was playing around to get ideas. I used Granny Apple Green, Old Olive, and Soft Seafoam, and I just placed it on the background of Old Olive. For today's sample, we're going to be using Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, and Early Espresso. And the stamp sets that I'm going to be using are Prized Peony. For this technique, stamps that don't really have crisp edges and have a lot of texture work a little bit better, just because you need to keep building up the color. And then for the sentiment, I'm going to be using Happiest of Birthdays today. I used the It's Your Day one on the sample card, and today I'll be using the larger one. I love the big sentiments on this in this set, just because all you need is a little bit of paper and the sentiment, and you're pretty much done. It's perfect for quick and easy birthday cards, or if you're a brand new stamper. So for this card, we're going to be using a piece of Whisper White, Pumpkin Pie, and Basic Black. Now the Basic Black layer is cut at 4 1/4 and 5 by 5.5, which is the standard base. The Pumpkin Pie is 1/4 inch shorter on both sides, so it's 4 by 5.25. And the Whisper White is 3.75 by 5. So each layer is 1/4 inch smaller. So I've already inked up the medium-sized peony from Prized Peony. And the color that we're going to start with is Daffodil Delight. When you do this technique, you start with your lightest color and then build up to the darkest. You're also going to need adhesive. And to help me pick up the gems that I'm going to add to the card for a little bit of bling and shine, I'm going to be using my Take Your Pick tool. So, just ink up your stamp, move it into the frame so you can see what I'm doing. And then if you want to, I've already stamped one off just to make sure that the color is even. And all you're going to do is smack down. This is great if you've had a rough day, if you need to get some frustration worked out. It's very fluid, so you can kind of mash your stamp around a little bit and just keep working it and working it and working it until there's no more color. So normally when you stamp down, lift it up so that you get a crisp, clean image. This, you just kind of keep working and working and working until you're happy with what you've got. Now, I'm not going to fully build up the color with just the daffodil because I want to add, and you don't need to be terribly precise with how thick it is either. You don't need it to be 100% even. Now, I was thinking about this last night as well, and if you want to kind of lighten it up a little bit when you're done, just either go over it with a dampened paper towel to kind of lift off some of the color, because the inks, Stampin' Up! Inks, are water soluble. Or for a little bit of extra texture, you can just kind of spritz it with a spray bottle or a mini mister. Now I'm going to go in with the Pumpkin Pie, and because this one is darker than the other, I'm just going to make sure I don't have very much ink at all. If I do have any ink on this, it won't transfer to the Pumpkin Pie because it is darker. And darker colors, you might want to tap off just a little so that it's not as in your face. I absolutely love Pumpkin Pie. It's one of my favorite Stampin' Up! Colors, but it's not one that I really gravitate to on a regular basis. I think that needs to change. Okay, and you just kind of add the color wherever you would like it. I'm kind of light in the middle here. And then this would be really pretty too if after we were done, we kind of ran it through with either the Subtles embossing folder just to give it a little bit of texture, or the new, I can't remember what it's called, the Tasteful Textile folder. It's just got kind of a little bit of, I guess, kind of like a tweedy texture to it. All right, so I think I'm fairly happy with how that looks. I'm just going to close up my ink pads and set them off to the side. And now I'm going to bring in my Happiest of Birthdays stamp set. This is brand new. I just got it this week, so I haven't taken the paper off or put the backing stickers on. All right. So I'm going to take off my peony and add. All right, and I'm going to ink it in early espresso. So this stamp set, or this stamp I should say, would work either way actually. Which way do I want to go? Actually, I think I'm going to put it smack dab in the middle. Now, because I haven't used this stamp before, I just want to stamp it off onto my paper just to make sure that the coverage is going to be fairly even. Okay, I'm just going to put this on here, press down. Oops. All right, fairly quick, fairly easy. Excuse me. Now, close that up so it doesn't dry out. And I'm just going to grab my Stampin' Seal and I'm going to assemble the card super fast. So I was playing a little bit with the colors before I got started on the video. And that's one thing that I absolutely love about Stampin' Up! Cardstock is that it's thick enough that if you want to try something or you make a mistake or whatever happens, you can just flip it and it's dark enough that you don't see the images from the other side, even if you're using darker colors like the Memento Black, Tuxedo Black ink, or Early Espresso. And when I'm assembling cards, I usually just do 2 strips of adhesive because you don't really need any more than that. All right. So there's that. Now I am going to add a little bit of the bling. These are the Gilded Gems. If you would like to place an order for anything that you see today, or if you're curious about Stampin' Up! Products or would like some more information, you can visit my store, andreaestenson.stampinup.net, which I'll put at the bottom of the screen, or you can check out my Facebook page, or send me an email at prairieskypapercrafts@gmail.com. And if you're in Canada and would like to shop with me, I would be thrilled to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. All right, there we go. I absolutely love my Take Your Pick tool. Makes picking things up so quick and easy. There we go. So it's got putty on one end, and you just pick it up and place it down. And then if you need to get more putty up, you just give it a twist and it extrudes more putty coming out the end. And refills are available for it. All right, actually, I think I'm going to add another 3 at the top. Okay, there's one. Oh, I think I actually need to refill my putty. And the Gilded Gems have 3 different sizes. Yeah, I do. So I'm just going to use the spatula end to pick it up. All right, so there you go. There's our card. Quick, easy. Let me know what you think about the technique. I think this is one that I'm going to be using very frequently. And just keep playing with the color combinations. There's so many different colors available through Stampin' Up. I think the blues would be pretty. Pool Party would be lovely with Bermuda Bay. For Christmas time, I would probably do Bermuda Bay with Night of Navy. Possibilities are endless. If you do decide to try this background, please share your creations with me. I love feeding off of other people's creativity as well. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, drop me a note. I will see you next Friday.